match away from finding a new champion of 2002 in this £41,000 event. It's Jason Twist from England up against the Frenchman, Yannick Beaufils. Well, Twist won this event back in the year 2000. Beaufils would dearly love to win it in 2002, and sat next to me, the man that won it in 2001, Chris Mellin. But unfortunately, Chris, you've got to give the trophy back tonight, haven't you?
Yeah, I got beat earlier on, unfortunately. I'd love to be out there, it's a great feeling. It
promises to be a tremendous match this evening.
Yeah, I think both players are going to be very attacking tonight. Jason is all out attacking, he's a top-class player, he's won it before and he's got all the experience behind him. But Yannick's a young lad and I don't think he'll be frightened of him.
Absolutely not. He's been something of a giant killer up to now. Let's have a look at Jason Twist's stats. A very impressive player. 2000 he won the world champion. He can obviously became world champion. He can obviously do it again, can he? He's been there before.
Jason's won every tournament there is to win, basically, and it won't surprise me to see him win this again. He's in top form. He's been playing well for England. There's every chance.
And he's been fairly comfortable the way he's made his way through to the final. One tough match in that last 32. That must have given him an awful lot of confidence.
Yeah, he had a tough draw. He actually played France Mathy, and France were losing 5-2, and he came back to lead 7-5. Put Jason under the pressure, and Jason produced.
Well, he's a very cool character. I know Jim White is with him at the moment, so let's hear what he has to say.
Well, thanks, Mark. Jason, this is old hat for you. Third trip to the final, 1 win, 1 loss. You want to be batting a winning record.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, as you say, I lost the first time I was in the final. I won the last time, and I'm hoping I can win again this time. I like the feeling.
And you must feel that experience is going to count for something in this final.
Yeah, it does count for a lot of experience is a good thing, obviously, because Yannick's not played on telly as much as I have. But having said that, he's beaten 2 world champions, so he's obviously playing well himself, but he's getting off to a good start is the main thing.
Well, all the very best, Jason. I know everyone's looking forward to it. Mark, back to you.
Looks very calm, very relaxed, trying to keep the trophy on British soil. He's up against the Frenchman, Yannick Beaufils. Let's have a look at Yannick's profile. He's had a wonderful event this year, the 2001 French champion, seeded number 11 in this event. But let's take a look at the way he's got to the final. Some big wins for him, Chris.
Yeah, he's beat a lot of good players there. A lot of people won't know Kevin McCallum, Scottish player, ex-snooker professional. He's a very good player. Rob McKenna, twice world champion, took him apart. And Carl Morris, he blasted Carl away. Just Carl couldn't play, he couldn't keep up with him.
He's a cool customer, and he speaks good English. I'm going to hand you over to Jim White, who is with him at the moment.
Well, Yannick Beaufils, a bundle of nervous energy, but you're playing the best pool of your life, Yannick. What have you done different this year?
Yeah, I don't do nothing, just play the balls, and I believe in myself, so I just play my game.
Well, you've already beaten 2 world champions. Can you make it 3?
I don't know. If I got a good pressure and good breaks, it's definitely, we never know. In the pool, we never know. So I try to play just balls and we'll see.
Well, Yannick, I know we're all wishing you the very best. And Mark, it's going to be a terrific final.
He certainly is full of nervous energy. He's played exceptionally well up to here. He could certainly win this one this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to hand you over to our MC, Alan Hughes.
Thank you, Mark, and let's meet and greet the players. And first, ladies and gentlemen, a man who has a terrific World Championship record, and no one can deny this young man the chance to take the title back to French shores for the very first time. On to centre stage, let's welcome the very talented Yannick Beaufils. Opponent with tons of experience at top level and no stranger to big finals. Back to his very best. He's fancied by many to regain this coveted crown. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome one of the game's real characters, the former Embassy World Champion, the Tornado himself, Jason Twist.
Tremendous support for Twist. The question is, can Beaufils provide another surprise this evening? It's a match over 21 frames. I'll hand you over to our commentary team of Rob McKenna, Tony Holgate and Jim White.
Jason Twist won the flip, and he will initiate proceedings here in the 2002 Embassy World Pool Championships. This the final, a best of 21, the first player to 11, and not a dream start for Jason Twist. Cue ball straight into the side pocket. Another look at this. We've seen this so often this year. And Tony Holgate, you've made reference to this on many, many matches.
That's right, Jim. Too many players are not controlling the cue ball off the break. And you think at the end of the day, at this stage of the tournament, this is the final, that Jason would have sorted it out. And at the end of the day, it's ridiculous.
Rob McKenna, you've been here many times, as has Jason Twist now. What does experience count for in this?
I think experience in this sort of situation is going to be invaluable. Obviously, the early frames are going to be so crucial to Yannick to get anywhere in this match at all. He really needs to be stamping his authority very early. With this sort of chance he has here, he really needs to make the most of this. It's not hard, it's just whether he controls his early nerves, and he'll be taking this chance, I think.
Well, talking about early nerves, he's just a bundle of nervous energy, as I said earlier. He can't stand still, and somehow he seems to harness it and make it work for him. And I don't know many players that could hold a cue being as nervous as Yannick impresses me that he is.
Yeah, sure, he seems to channel it in the right way, doesn't he?
It's a tremendous feat in itself, but this has been just a dream run for the 23-year-old from Lyon.
30 seconds.
And can he continue and get over the final hurdle? So many experts predicted that we'd see a lot of familiar faces through to the TV stages. Well, we did, but we've also seen a few unfamiliar faces. Most notable, the man at the table right now.
I think that's only good for the game of pool as well, Jim. It's great seeing, obviously, the likes of Carl Morris, Lee Kendall, Chris Mellin, but, this young lad coming through, he's had a really, really difficult drawing, and he certainly deserves his place in the final.
30 seconds.
He has played some unbelievable pool to this stage. And I also notice he's wearing the same shirt, same vest, same tie. He's not too superstitious. I won't go any further than that.
Yes, if this is anything to go by, Yannick looks as if he's really controlled himself. I mean, he's taken this out. It was a reasonably easy clearance, but it is the final of the World Championships. The first frame, his first go to the table, and things are looking good for Yannick at the moment. And he's played that absolutely to perfection. He's got the simple task now of putting the red in the centre pocket, screwing the white ball back 6 inches, for the black into the left corner.
And you'll hear a roar. A lot of French supporters here. We couldn't have put that cue ball in a worse spot than that. Still expect him to get this, because all he's got to do is concentrate on the 8, but hasn't he made life difficult?
Yeah, this is not really
stretching.
Yeah, this is not really the test that he would have wanted, but I can't really see him missing this.
And he didn't. Yannick Beaufils takes the opening frame in this year's title event. He leads Jason Twist, the former champion, 0. Frame number 2, Beaufils winding it up. And crashes into the reds and yellows. And nothing down.
Open table.
But equally important, nothing easy for Jason Twist here.
Yeah, he'll be quite pleased to see the white making his way to the top half of the table there. Just coming through the little trail of balls there, missing everything, and it looks fairly safe. I don't think we'll see Jason trying anything too silly here. Maybe a little containing shot and let Yannick make the first mistake, but there doesn't really appear to be anything on.
Well, if you would have thought that nerves were playing a part and that experience meant anything, you also would have thought that the early frames would have gone the way of Jason Twist.
Well, sure, Jim, obviously, but Jason hasn't had a chance yet, and we'll see how Jason's playing when he gets his chance. But again, for Yannick to get anywhere in this match, he really needs to make most of the sort of opportunity he just had, and as we see, he looks in great form.
The whole French team in behind there, same side as where Yannick Beaufils is sitting. As I said, he hasn't come here without support.
30 seconds.
You heard the 30-second announcement. You'll hear that quite a few times when Yannick plays.
I think we'll see Yannick shooting yellow into the left centre here. If he makes this pot again, it is a reasonably good chance he can clear up and take the frame. He's got best balls, yellows. Just left himself a little bit hampered there.
Well, he's already had a bit of practice at bridging over balls with his first black of this Embassy World Final.
He's just trying to make his mind up whether to carry on attacking here or try and play a little containing shot.
30 seconds.
If he can, he may just drop the yellow on the right-hand side of the table. He'd be going for the pot, but if worse comes to worse, he'd be looking to cover the pocket.
Not very often you see someone bridge with the curvature of their thumb like that.
No, not at all. And that's a super shot.
Is there any stopping this young man? Pulls the cue back again, more out of a nervous reaction than anything. He's on
If he is nervous, it's not being shown in his cueing, is it?
No, there's a lot of key moments in these big finals. Obviously, the way people start, and Yannick seems to be doing that very well, but you know, the really, really big test is the way you finish. Because if you don't finish well, then you're not going to win anything.
That's right, Rob. You'd rather be the last one departing the table as opposed to the first.
Absolutely. But he's at the moment, he's thinking everything through clearly. He's playing the right shots. Again, there, he's just dropped that into the corner pocket. He's nudged the red safe on the top rail. You know, that's a little bit of insurance. He's thinking if he does miss, you know, that's going to make life a little bit more difficult for Jason.
He does have that insurance policy of the two reds on the right-hand side, too, that are hampering each other. So even should a miss creep into Yannick's game, be a difficult one-visit win for Jason.
30 seconds.
Sure, again, you know, if this was an earlier round, you know, like last 16, last 32, this really is such a routine clearance. It's not funny because all three yellows go into the bottom left-hand corner. But, you know, the only difficult thing here is, once again, you know, this is the world final. This is the only thing making this sort of clearance difficult.
Really, again, there for the taking for Yannick.
30 seconds.
Yeah, he's just taking this yellow into the corner pocket. He'd be looking to get anywhere near straight on the yellow in the middle. If he gets anywhere near straight, and he's just overcooked that one a little touch.
Well, you can just pop this one and nudge into the one near the rail.
Yeah, I'm sure you agree, Tony, but once you start nudging into balls, that's when things may go a little bit astray. He was looking to get straight, he's not, and as you rightly say, he needs to play that little cannon now to judge that to perfection, to get on the last ball perfectly.
Well, elected to play it with a lot of right-hand side, as you can see very clearly from our camera. And anytime you start leaving that center line of that white, you're making the pot a lot more difficult than it normally is.
And as we also see, he didn't actually make the cannon perfectly either. Had he made the yellow in the middle, he would have still had a very difficult shot to pot the yellow and get on the black.
Well, this is where those two reds on the right-hand side, Rob, that I talked about earlier, they come into play.
Sure, but that appears to be the only really difficult thing about Jason making a clearance here, is them two reds. I'm not sure we see Jason attempting the clearance, to be honest. I think he may just bump one of these out and try and snooker Yannick behind the other red. And in the meantime, obviously developing his balls.
Well, Jason Twist right now is the only man that can equal your particular record, having won this event on 2 separate occasions. That's what Jason's trying to do right now.
and obviously we wish him all the best.
Said with a sly grin. I can tell you something very interesting right now. At this time last year, do you know who the reigning Embassy Whirlpool champion was? Jason Twist. At this point in time last year, Jason Twist was the reigning champion. Chris Melling had not yet secured the title.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Jim. You just got me thinking. Yeah, that was a little brain teaser for us.
He's elected to play the Massey. It's a great shot there from Yannick.
Yeah, it was a good swerve. He played a little Massey shot to contact the yellow. But as we can see here, he's left Jason on the red on the top rail. There's nothing really stopping Jason now attempting the clearance. Probably the hardest shot he's going to have is popping the initial red and gaining good position onto the next red. He seems to have done that very well. Straight away he's got to work on probably his only really difficult red on the table, on the left hand side cushion. You can just see he's probably playing this with a little bit of top on the white to play on the red in the center pocket.
Nicely controlled too. He's been a picture of consistency in this event. Every time we get down to the business end, there's Jason firmly entrenched.
Yeah, since his little scare, I think it was in the last 32, he had a little scare against France Mathieu, South Africa. As we touched on earlier, he was 7-5 behind. He came back to win the match 8-7. And since then, Jason's looked absolutely brilliant.
An 8-3 win in the last 16 over Ron Kelly from Australia, and then a 9-3 win in the quarter-final against Steve Horan. And then many of us remember his great match against Pat Holtz. Not quite as comfortable as the previous two, but ran out a 10-7 winner. But Pat Holtz was in terrific form coming into that semifinal. That was a great win for Jason. Now, does he have the angle to just drop right in behind that red?
Yeah, he's got a lot of room where he can leave the white ball here. Anything near straight on the red, and it's virtually routine.
That's a great shot from Jason Twist. And this is just what he wanted. Get his hand on the table and move through the balls. He's going to level the match.
And keep the pressure on Yannick Beaufils. The former champion still on song for the double. Jason Twist won, Yannick Beaufils won.
That's a super break.
Yellow ball spotted. Another look at it. The cue ball went flying into the air there. But importantly, it stayed on the surface of the table.
Unbelievable strike.
And he's timed that one absolutely perfect. And as you rightly say, controlled the white to perfection as well.
Well, red balls look like to be going to be the colour for Yannick.
Yeah, red's a big favourite here.
30
Hasn't
seconds.
really got to move the cue ball around too much.
Just going to ensure that his waistcoat doesn't touch anything, no dangers. Just dollies that red in. And those are the colors of choice now. Everything in the open, just a matter of controlling the white. Got to be very happy to be 4-3 in front at this stage, because there's been a numerous amount of errors.
It's quite a funny match. You went into the 7th frame and, you know, neither player looks to have settled yet.
30 seconds.
And this is, you know, we're a third of the way through the match. They should have both really, you know, been totally focused and settled by now.
Well, Yannick's perfect on his next red. Pot it into the right-hand centre pocket, just roll the white through.
The red just to the left of the black is the problem ball. Just below the yellow, just off center. That's the awkward one that he has to try and achieve position to. Now he decides to do that. And when?
I think that goes into the right left-hand centre, Jim. But if it doesn't, it's also available to the left-hand top. As you can see there, as I said a second ago, it is available to the left-hand centre.
He could play on it right after this red then, Rob.
I'm not sure, Jim. I think the shot here is perhaps drop this red in, shoot at the red right on the top end of the table, and get anywhere near as straight as he can on that one in the centre. But he's playing it the other way there, as you rightly said, Jim.
I think you should have rolled the cue ball further a bit there, Rob.
Yeah, that looks like a
You have to
preference
bring the
shot.
cue ball down onto the bottom rail now and back up again. And
Yeah, I would have preferred to have gone the other way, shot to the red in the left-hand corner next, but he's played that very well. And he's got on his last red very well too.
He's never been 2 in front in this final. He's got a big chance right now to go 5-3. Just avoided contact on the yellow. Virtually a straight black into the right middle. I believe he's asked for one of the balls to be cleaned. The cue ball, in fact.
Yeah, I think that's just a little composer there. He knows how big this shot is, and he just wanted to buy himself another 10-15 seconds to get himself totally focused to make sure he doesn't miss it.
That's something you'd expect to see from an experienced player.
Yeah.
reminds me a little of Greg Farron.
I'm not totally opposed to that sort of thing.
It's there. Yannick Beaufils, for the first time in the final, goes 2 clear. He's 5-3 ahead of Jason Twist and just under halfway to the World Championship. Really can't hit the break any better than that. And nothing down. And I think Jason will definitely say that's the storyline. At the end of it all, if nothing's going in off the break, there's nothing you can do about it except make the long, lonely walk back to your chair. The only problem is when you've got a good break like Jason Twist does, as you see, the balls go everywhere and you turn it over to your opponent.
Yeah, once again, that's a great split. Quite unfortunate not to make a ball off that break.
30 seconds.
We've got 2 frames left before the interval, and to me it's, you know, for Yannick to make himself big favourite to win this tournament, he needs to win the 2 of them.
Oh, if he could go 7-3 in front after 10. He's huge favorite. Gone with the yellows, and a little surprising, if not for any reason other than on the left-hand side, Rob, with the red being inside the yellow. That usually dictates a player's choice.
Yeah, but you know, it's Yannick just playing it as he sees it, and he's got a chance here straight away to develop that difficult yellow. He's shooting at the double and letting the white cannon into the red on the side rail. Oh, he's a little bit unfortunate there.
Red ball's in play. Bit of an ambitious shot, that, though.
Yeah, but you know, that's the way you win world titles. You need to be aggressive. Try and win frames at your first visit. You know, that's what kills your opponent. And taking half chances, and you know, you can't keep getting full chances all the time. You need to take some half chances out and some quarter chances. That's what really, really hurts your opponent.
30 seconds.
I just wonder if Jason's going to start and pop balls like we know he can, and play with a bit more aggression. He's sort of like in his shell a bit, isn't he?
Yeah,
Jason.
It just appears like the you know, they're not afraid, but they're just, neither one is willing, you know, to take the match by the scruff of the neck and, you know, try and stamp their authority on the match. And that's what I would have really been expecting from Jason in this match, to let his experience come out to the fore.
Left center for this red.
That's a great shot. And he's played another very clever shot there. He's left himself the angle on this red he's going to be shooting at here to develop his only other difficult red.
He has, but it seems like every time Jason has gone into the balls and left it to chance, Lady Luck hasn't smiled on him.
Yeah, he's been a touch unfortunate there. It's been a good shot to develop the red.
You see him nudge it there, and he sort of flailed his arm in frustration at the table.
He's going to be shooting at the double here. This could be a frame winner if he gets it. That's another great shot.
Well, that's a bit more like vintage twist.
This is what I was saying a minute ago, Jim. You know, Jason come to the table. It wasn't even a half chance.
At the end of the day, Rob, this man, he possesses all the shots in his locker.
Oh, he's got
all
everything.
the doubles and the attacking play, and he's letting Yannick dictate this game. And if he doesn't play his normal potting strategy, he's going to get beat.
Yeah, I make you about right there. If the match is played at Yannick's pace, you know, that makes Yannick favourite. If it's played at Jason's pace, Jason's favourite. And these are the sort of clearances that hurt people. That's more like the Jason twist we know.
What
Lovely
a finish
control.
this has been. Beautifully done. Arguably the best frame of the match for Jason Twist. He pulls one back. It's still Yannick Beaufils 5, Jason Twist 4 in the race to 11. Winding it up, Yannick Beaufils. Nothing down for Yannick.
Open table.
It must be catching. Whatever Jason Twist has is contagious. They hit that pack with so much power that cue ball's always in the air. Not much in it between reds and yellows here, is there? Other than yellows, probably a little easier starter.
Yeah, I'd make yellows the favourite as well here.
Yellow ball's in play.
He's been a little bit loose with that one there, I think. I think he was aiming to get on the yellow into the bottom left corner.
Well, all we can do is chop that yellow back into the left-hand middle. See him bang his chalk on the side of the table there.
Yeah,
He's not happy with himself. Just played a loose shot. He knows he's got himself back into the match. He doesn't want to give Yannick his 2-frame cushion back.
That was a really nice shot. He's played that to absolute perfection.
He wants to pot that yellow now to the left and kick into the red ball that's just over the top of that, along the left-hand side of the table. Just kick into this red. Great shot. Absolutely perfect. Well, he's just opened the frame up completely here with his last 2 shots at the table.
If he clears the path between yellow and black for the yellow nearest the bottom right, this frame will be virtually over.
This is more like the Jason twist.
A lot quicker too, isn't he?
Yeah, he speeded up. I think he needed to. I think Yannick was putting him to sleep. Simple as that. You know, you spend a long time in your chair, and Yannick's using all of his allotted time nearly on his shots, and I think Jason at some stage had to sort of jump at him a bit more. His eyes are staring at the balls
Yes, this has been a much more confident-looking Jason Twist over the last 2 frames. And if he can take this into the interval and bring it back with him, he'll take some beating. Beautifully controlled yet again. The first 10 frames in the books here in Blackpool, and nothing in it. It's 5 apiece between former champion Jason Twist and the 23-year-old French pretender Yannick Beaufils.
5-5. I just get the impression Twist will be the happier of the 2 players, though, Chris.
Yeah, Jason started to speed up his game there. Now, to me, that's how he plays. He's a very fast player, and once he gets into the zone, as they call it, he's very hard to stop. And I'm glad to see that he's starting to play well.
Yannick Beaufils, do you think that he's dictated the pace of the match up to now?
Yeah, I think Yannick's bogged him down a little bit with the tactic. It could be a tactic of Yannick's. He likes to slow the game down and try and get the ball in his court, really.
You were at this stage last year, weren't you, in the final, 5-5. What did you do at the mid-session interval?
Well, all I did, I went outside and I actually saw my mum and dad, who I asked not to come. So, I mean, Jason's dad's watching him. He'll be happy with 5-all from being 5-3 down. He's just got to relax and try and win the next session 6-1, 6-5.
Far easier said than done. This is the World Championships after all. It is a race to 10. We're going to take a short break, see you in a couple of minutes' time.
Frame number 20 of a possible 21. And will it be an unlucky one for Yannick Beaufils? He's had no break at all in this match, and still he's in it. Made sure. He's actually made a ball. I was going to say he made sure to keep the cue ball on the table, but how about that? One found its way to a pocket. Well, that could be just the sign that Yannick was looking for. That yellow ball right into the corner pocket.
And just look where the 8 ball's finished. This frame's not going to finish in a hurry.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of pull in this one, Tony, you're right. But it appears that at first glance, reds will be the balls.
Only got one to knock away from that black.
Yeah, I'm not sure we'll see. I think we probably see Yannick take control, get reds, and then try and cover that bottom pocket with a red. Put it just inside the black. Yannick, rightly so, taking quite a bit of time on these shots. Every one a potential final shot.
Seconds.
Well, no prize for guessing the problem area. And that's one that Yannick's eyeing up right now.
I wonder if he's going to have a pop. Plays a red to the central at the bottom of the table. Can he kibble in?
You can, Tony. I think he's trying to develop the red.
Yellow ball's in play.
It was a little bit of a nothing shot for me. I couldn't really see that red coming out of there. Still got control, but he just virtually wasted that last visit.
Surely Jason's got to knock at least one of those yellows out from that left-hand side.
I think the first person that can try and maybe get a yellow or a red inside the black in the bottom left-hand corner is going to very, very quickly become the favourite to win this frame.
I think it's safe to say that there will be nothing done in a rush at this point.
Wow, I think he's attacking here. I think he's left himself the angle on this red here. Pot it in the bottom right hand corner and try and bump the white off the top rail, cannon into the yellow, and in so developing the only problem red that Yannick has. This would be a very brave shot.
But quite possibly the shot of a future champion.
It's a big shot. This is a brave shot to attempt at this stage of the match.
And that's a super shot. Never any doubt.
See, just missing the black, cannon onto the yellow, and bringing the red into play. Just got one more tricky little shot to play here. And it looks like this one could be going down to the wire.
30 seconds.
It's just a little bit tricky to control the red here. He's giving himself a bit of work here. It's a big shot. The shot's still on. Red into the top right hand corner. Screw the white back onto the side rail. Avoid the red. And get position on the red into the left hand centre.
But you've just said it all, Rob. The pot isn't difficult enough, where the position now brings about another area for concern and takes a degree of difficulty to the next level.
Seconds.
Sure, he just needs to avoid the red on the way in. If he makes the pot, avoids the red on the way in, I don't think he can fail but be on it. This is a big, big shot.
What a great shot from Yannick.
Wow, it looks like they're going down to the wire. This is going to be a big, big test. Who wants it the most in the final frame?
Just look at his face.
Do you think he's pumped up, Tony? I tell you what, this has been really impressive. His back was against the wall and he's come up with a really, really big clearance here.
But didn't the standard improve since the intermission?
Absolutely.
It's gone up a few notches.
Yeah, they've both shown how much they want it.
30 seconds.
And I'm afraid we're down to the old flip of the coin time.
He's missed the red.
That's pressure.
Oh my word.
He wasn't even close. He must have moved on that. There had to be a lot of movement for Yannick there.
The reds he's made before that were absolutely wonderful. That was the easiest shot he had. And he never even threatened the pocket.
Watch Jason. Jason knew it wasn't in right out of his chair.
And he'd be a lucky, lucky boy to get back to the table on this frame.
30 seconds.
With a decent attempt at the red. You just see Jason covering the black here.
Oh, what a great shot from Jason Twist.
I tell you what, it's the two-cushion escape there.
I think he's left Yannick a slight chance here, albeit really, really difficult. I think there's still a slight chance here.
I don't know whether that yellow, the top end of the table, just takes the two-cushion escape out. If you look at it, because he may have to check it. If he comes into this cushion and goes around the back of the yellow to attack the red, that's really the only escape route. And obviously it wasn't even there. It was difficult to tell how much it was wedged in behind that black. I don't know about that particular shot. Given the two visits away, I mean, Beaufils already knows he had this one on its knees.
I'm not sure that was the right option there, going on the defensive. I mean, he had one shot there to take the match into a tiebreaker.
Let's give him Jason a chance there. Surely he's got to play the The yellow closest to the right-hand centre first. If he could just bring a cue ball back just slightly, kick those two apart. He's got game on and the title within his sights.
Yeah, we've seen a few swings in this match.
Even with 2 visits. I mean, the yellow nearest the black has to be moved. Look at the 2 yellows on the right-hand side.
Could double one of these that's on the right-hand rail towards the black.
I don't think we'll see Jason rushing here. I think he may attempt the double. If it opens up, he'll go game.
Now is a real chance.
Yeah, if that yellow's available at the left centre, I would say this match is over for about the 5th or 6th time. Swung one way, then another.
If it's not available to the left center,
It's got to take it on now, though.
Jason's going to have to play it to the top left.
I think it is available into the centre. Probably bump it off the nut or off the red.
Bit risky this late stage in the tournament.
Absolutely.
Well, if he takes it now,
it's a big shot.
It's a winner.
A really big shot.
Look at this.
This is a supreme test of cue.
What a moment.
Nerve.
Does he have the courage to take it on now?
30 seconds.
He could take it on now. I don't believe he needs to, because I think he can get closer to it and make the shot a lot easier.
Look at his eyes, though.
I'm running. I don't really think he needs to take that one on. This is the right shot for me.
Still not in ideal position. He's been here before, and that might make all the difference. He's got the angle on the other yellow.
Leaving it till last.
He could elect to just roll this in and drop onto that yellow to the bottom left corner.
I still think the yellow goes in the centre. That's still the shot for me, but a little bit tricky. He's on it well enough now to take it, and I think that's exactly what he should do.
It's there. Jason Twist just has to drag his bottom leg over the finish line now.
Oh, dear me.
Thank you. It took 20 frames to decide a winner this year. And Jason Twist becomes the second man in the history of this event to win the Embassy Singles World title. The Englishman has taken out the Frenchman. The final score will read 11-9. But you know, a downtrodden and disheartened Yannick Beaufils threw everything at Twist, only to fall just short, but 2 hurdles away from the finish line. 11-9 to Jason Twist.
What a dramatic